And welcome back to the Dark Souls playthrough. Again, we're in the painted world of Ariamis, and we just killed Dark Spirit King Jeremiah, and we opened up the main door. So now we're really into the meat and bones of this zone, where we're gonna go after some additional gear, because there's a ember up here for the occult, to give you the occult enchant. I don't remember exactly what it's called. And we're gonna go to the final boss, and fuck my ass. What else? Some other things. So, right away, what we're going to do is we're coming up here after some of these basic enemies, because there is a chain over here that I want to cut down that gives us a humanity. But I just realized that there's way too many of those fuckers, so I'm going to back up and try to pick them off one at a time. And that did not work. So I'm probably going to get raped. Now, to open up the door to the final boss, we have to go down into the sewers underneath this zone. And down there are 6, and then probably 2 more. So I guess 8 of these bone wheel skeletons that are huge pains in the ass. That if you don't have your shield up and block them right when they come rolling at you, and you don't dodge them, you're pretty much guaranteed you're going to die, because they'll keep rolling into you until you're dead. And if they're hitting you, you can't do anything unless your shield's up. So that's where the homing soul mass is going to come in handy. But sometimes it doesn't always hit them. So I recommend walking into this area real slow and trying to find them one at a time to pick them off. Because if you get more than one, it gets exponentially more difficult. Alright, there should be one right on the other side of this pillar, and one at the end of the hallway. You can kind of see him on the right-hand side of the screen there. There he is. Uh-oh, I pulled 2 of them. One down. Oh, fuck. Oh. See, I fucking hate these guys. So try this again. I respawned at the bonfire and ran back through the few enemies it took to get here. Try to single pull again. Homing soul masses did not get him. Calm down. Going for single pulls. There he is. Okay, there's one right there. And there's my corpse that I want to pick up because I had some decent souls at it. And there should be one to my left right in the middle of the room here. Oh, forgot about the one at the end. Got 2. Get the spell up quick. Oh, fuck! Let's try this again. There's one to the left. No problem. You know, back in Blighttown I mentioned getting overwhelmed quickly and losing it. So I'm going to try and do that now. Just calm down. Take your time. Single pull. One at a time. And these guys aren't that bad if you can get one at a time. Fucking close. This time I remember the ones at the end of the hallway here. And take them out before I pick up my soul. Now I believe that that's the last one left. And now there's a lever that we can turn that will spin a statue around, and that will open up the door to the final boss then. There's a few extra things to do down here. Here's a hidden wall, and this is kind of like a little maze in here, and there's a few other skeletons. But again, take your time, go slow, and all is well. There should be one around this corner, I believe. There it is. Of course, my spells aren't doing shit for some reason. And up here should be the annex key, which lets us into another little area in the painted world. Come to Butthead. And then up here is one of these guys who won't fight back, and they drop another pyromancy spell. And then that's everything from down in the sewers. Now this ladder takes us up a well that you might have seen a little bit earlier in the zone, which is off to the side of the phalanx. If we run straight across, it'll take us into the annex where we'll use that key. But I think instead, I'm going to go back to the bonfire and use these souls to level up quick. I'm bringing my strength up to 16 because the Moonlight Greatsword, which is a weapon we'll get later in the game, if I can cut the tail off of Seath the Scaleless, which is one of the final bosses, that's a really powerful greatsword that scales on magic damage, and it deals all magic damage. So it's really, really powerful, and if you do your build right, man, it can just tear shit up in PvP. So at that point, you don't even need to worry about using sorcerer spells because you have such high intellect with these weapons that scale on intellect. It's really powerful. Now this area up here could be kind of tricky because there's a lot of harpies. and these fire guys. Remember, you got to stay away from them to avoid getting toxic. And as soon as I walk out here, the harpies start coming at me. Also, up to the side here, there's another rapier, and this one actually scales with magic damage also. So if you wanted to, if you wanted a weapon that's based off stabbing or thrusting, that would be a good alternative to the falcon that I've got right now. Though I don't believe that it can be enchanted because it already does magic damage. Now down below me to the left is going to be a couple of those fire guys, but if you go down there, I know that those harpies right up above me fly down too, so it can be kind of a tough challenge. So I want to try and pull one of them out at least, and then try to nuke the other one from far away so that I don't have to deal with the harpies at the same time. The reason I'm going down here is because this is where the ember is for the occult enchant. And those guys hit hard as shit with their fireballs, even through your shield. Oh. Alright, let's run up there. We'll get the ember. It's right there on that statue. And then the fucking harpies are here. They have a lot of health, too. Luckily, a soul spear rips him a new asshole. He didn't want none of this. Fucker running away like a bitch. Now that was their jump move. When they kind of prep like they're gonna do a jump move, that's when you just want to back the hell up, because if they land on you, you're dead. Up here there's a set of mage armor that I've never used. I didn't find it all that valuable, but I think that it looks kind of cool. I've seen somebody that posted a picture on Reddit that was wearing the chest combined with some other items, and he just looked like a total badass. And then there's also another sorcery spell up here, I believe. I don't remember what it does, though. But I know some harpies come down. Vow of Silence. It either makes it so you can't, the enemies can't cast spells, maybe, or they can't use Estus Flask. I can't remember exactly what that does. And that's it. Now we have all of the items in the level that I wanted to come for, as well as all the souls. We've leveled up like close to 10 levels. So we're going to go back to the bonfire, rest up, use the remainder of our souls to level up, and then get ready for Priscilla the Crossbred, I think is her name, boss. And she's actually an optional boss. You don't have to fight her. She's peaceful when you go into her room, but fuck that. If she's the leader of this painted world and all these fucking harpies keep coming after me, we're definitely kicking her ass. Hey, now that I think about it, there is one final area of there's a red soapstone, I believe it's called, that I want to go for, that I don't want to miss yet. And that actually, just like the white soapstone that you can place down to have people summon you to their game, you can place the red soapstone. And I believe how it works is it puts down a red sign and allows somebody to summon you into their game for a PvP fight. I don't know. I can't see it ever working unless you're in a mutual area where you know that people are looking for PvP, but I could be wrong as to its functionality. But it's at the very top of this middle tower here, and there's a lot of harpies on it, so you got to kind of pull them down. Well, at least that's what I do, is pull them down singly to try to take them out. Looks like the dumb bitch fell down. Looks like she's gonna come back around for me from the outside though, so we can still get a fight. Just watching this playthrough again and commentating on it makes me really want to get back to playing this guy. I'd like to take him through a New Game Plus just to see what it's like. The only character I've taken through New Game Plus is my Rogue, and I've it took me 3 hours to get all the way here and past this and past the next boss in New Game Plus. You know, potentially because you know, I was able to skip some stuff, and because there's no new items in the game in a New Game Plus. The monsters are just harder. So I don't need to go for all the items and level up. I'm already leveled up, so I could just, you know, sprint through it. Looks like that stupid harpy fell down there, but she can't figure out how to get out, so fuck it. Let her stay down there. Moving on. I think this is the last one that I'm going to run into climbing up this thing. He just got fucking owned bad, though. And apparently that one's bugged out or something, but whatever. Now I have all the items. Now we'll go back to the bonfire, rest up, and we'll go for Crossbred Priscilla. Now there's several things to point out about Crossbred Priscilla. First of all, she's a dragon and has or she's half dragon, so she has a tail, and like I said earlier, any enemies that have tails, you can usually cut the tails off and it's a good weapon. In this case, it's a really good weapon for, it's a dagger for rogues that scales, I think, the best out of any other dagger on dexterity. So it does a lot of damage, and it has a bleed effect that deals a lot of damage. And bleed effects is if you're able to stab them several times, or if you get a single backstab, it's going to deal a massive amount of bleed damage. So if you're able to cut the tail off, that's one thing. If you walk around from behind her and don't target her before the fight starts, because you have to start the fight, because again, I said she's not hostile. If you two-hand your weapon and swing at it, you might be able to get it if you can hit hard enough. I've not ever been able to do it because I haven't ever tried it with anybody with a strong enough weapon. Now, when the fight begins, she turns invisible, and the only thing that you can see is her footprints in the snow, so you kind of have to use that. And she has a huge scythe that really hits hard and has a bleed effect. So you have to really pay attention to where she's at and kind of anticipate it. Now, there's ways to trick her. If you hit her with fireballs, that's supposed to break her out of it. I don't think that's true. It's all based off of doing a lot of damage to her up front. If you just do lots of small damage to her over time while she's invisible, you can completely kill her while she's still invisible. But if you do a big burst of damage, she'll come back visible, and then, well, obviously she's a lot easier temporarily until she goes invisible again. She has 2 attacks, just one where she'll use her scythe to hit you, and the other one is to, she blows like some fairy dust or something around the room. If you get caught in it, it deals a lot of damage and kind of staggers you, so you don't want that to happen. But that's about it. There's several other tricks that you can do. You could stand in the back of the room on a thin ledge with a spear and just kind of point and start stabbing at randomly in the air in front of you, hoping that she'll come at you. But if you just watch what I do, I found this is to be the most effective strategy, where it's just to watch her footprints and run straight at them with your shield up until you hit her, and then strafe around her and start swinging randomly, and eventually you're going to deal some damage and get her. Now, all those little basic undead there that I just passed can be a huge pain in the ass for melees because the archers shoot really quickly, and when they hit you, I mean, oh, they hit you hard and stagger you. But this knight is really a pain in the ass. And it's hard as shit. But if you're wanting to farm Titanite shards, I think you could drop Titanite chunks as well. Like, I'm not exactly sure on that, but you can farm this guy, and he's really easy to get to if you wanted to get large Titanite shards easy without buying them from the next blacksmith.
Who art thou? One of us thou art not. If thou hast misstepped into this world, plunge down from the plank and hurry home.
Minus the fact that that's a huge bitch and she has a tail. She's kind of hot.
I expected as much from thee. Why doth
So now again, I'm looking for her footprints in the ground so that I can run up to her and stab her, and hopefully not get hit by her scythe because it hits really hard. Now it's looking like my homing soul masses, when she's invisible and I run into her, they don't actually hit her or do any damage. So these soul spears just hit hard as shit. She doesn't have very much health at all though, so that's part of the issue. And there's her fairy dust. When she shoots it out like that, just, you know, circle around the room, no problem. And there we go, easy boss. She can be tough sometimes, but not this time. The Soul of Priscilla can be used to create a spear or a shield. Maybe not a shield. Neither of which I need, so I'll probably end up just consuming it. And then also here's the armor of that dude we killed earlier. And that's going to be it for the Painted World of Ariamis. Stay tuned for the rest of Anor Londo, including Slim and Fatty and Big Tits McGee. See ya!